Have you ever felt misunderstood? Why did it bother you so much? Perhaps as you think about this question, you're recalling moments when you tried to explain yourself and failed to get your point across. Being misunderstood is unsettling for most of us because it feels like someone doesn't truly grasp who we are or what our intentions are. So, what should we do in these situations? Should we spend our lives trying to convince others and prove our correctness? Or should we move forward confidently on our path, regardless of whether anyone understands us? Maybe the real question is this: do we grow by challenging others' perspectives, or do we grow by preserving our inner peace and refusing to engage in unnecessary conflicts? Stoic philosophers have offered profound answers to this question. Picture a bamboo tree. Its flexibility allows it to withstand storms while its roots remain strong. Being misunderstood is like the wind in life. Resistance might break you, but flexibility and letting go bring both strength and peace. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, what others do or say is none of your business. Focus solely on your own actions. For the Stoics, being misunderstood was not a threat, but an opportunity for growth. Today, we'll dive into this topic and explore the Stoic approach. Additionally, I'll share 5 practical methods from Stoicism that can help you not only manage being misunderstood, but also emerge stronger from such situations. 1. The power of belief. Imagine a massive elephant chained by a small chain. This chain is so weak that the elephant could easily break free, yet it doesn't even try. Why? The answer lies not in the elephant's physical strength, but in its mental conditioning. As a baby, the elephant was tied with the same chain, and back then, it lacked the strength to break free. Over time, repeated failures led the elephant to believe it could never escape. This deeply ingrained belief persists even as the elephant grows strong enough to shatter the chain effortlessly. This story is a powerful metaphor for human nature. The limitations we face in life often come not from physical barriers, but from the false beliefs we've internalized from past experiences. Moments when we failed or were told we weren't good enough act as invisible chains that hold us back. Yet the truth is that these chains are often just illusions. The fear of being misunderstood is one of these countless invisible chains. Many of us live like those giant elephants, tethered by the chains of our past failures or disappointments. As children, we had an inherent self-confidence. But perhaps someone misunderstood or judged us, planting the belief that they won't understand me. They won't accept me. From that moment on, we started carrying these chains. The irony is that these chains never truly hold us. We always had the power to break them, but we didn't act because we believed in the strength of the chain. Stoicism teaches us that the power of a chain is determined not by how tightly it binds us, but by how strongly we believe in its hold. Pause for a moment and reflect on your own beliefs. Who in your past convinced you of these chains? Why have you allowed them to persist? The good news is that breaking free is entirely within your power. 2. Flexibility in the face of the uncontrollable. Epictetus famously wrote, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not." Being misunderstood falls firmly into the category of things you cannot control. What others think or say is beyond your influence. However, how you respond to these thoughts is entirely up to you. Attempting to explain yourself to someone who misunderstands you is like trying to move a tree's roots to shift its shadow. It's an exercise in futility. Imagine walking through the forest and stepping on a thorn. A reasonable person would stop, remove the thorn, and move on. But what if you fixated on why the thorn was there, who left it, or why it chose you? You would waste both your time and energy. This is precisely what happens when you dwell on being misunderstood. Instead of pulling out the metaphorical thorn and continuing your journey, You exhaust yourself trying to analyze an unsolvable situation. The Stoics remind us to stop fighting these battles. Accepting misunderstandings as inevitable aspects of life is liberating. While you cannot control how others perceive you, you can control how much power you give their opinions. By shifting your focus to what truly matters, you conserve energy for your personal growth. 3. Silence, the most powerful response. Epictetus once said, "The more you speak, the less people remember." Sometimes, the best response to being misunderstood is no response at all. Silence is not a sign of weakness. On the contrary, it's a profound display of confidence. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this point. The behavior of others is not your concern. Silence frees you from the need to defend yourself and gives others space to reflect. More importantly, it protects your inner peace and allows you to channel your energy toward meaningful pursuits. Think of silence as a tool for self-preservation. When you choose not to respond, you're asserting control over your reactions and refusing to let external noise disrupt your balance. In moments of silence, you also gain clarity. By stepping away from the need to explain yourself, you create room for introspection. This quiet reflection helps you realign with your values and detach from others' perceptions. After all, your worth isn't determined by their understanding of you. 4. Perceptions do not define you. One of the greatest fears people have about being misunderstood is the worry that others' perceptions might diminish their value. But as Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, the praise or blame of others does not add to your nature. Someone's misunderstanding of you doesn't change who you are. It simply reflects their own biases, ignorance, or lack of context. Think of a foggy mirror. When you look at your reflection in such a mirror, it appears distorted. But this distortion isn't a reflection of who you are, it's a flaw in the mirror itself. Others' thoughts and judgments are like foggy mirrors. Instead of trying to clear them, focus on your essence, which remains unchanged. When you constantly seek validation or worry about others' opinions, you become a prisoner of their perceptions. The Stoics' message is clear. You cannot control others' minds, but you can control your view of yourself. Ask yourself, who am I? And how can I stay true to my values? When you answer these questions honestly, you'll realize that others' opinions are insignificant in shaping your identity. To solidify this mindset, try a simple exercise. Write down 2 lists. 1. Things I can control. 2. Things I cannot control. Categorize misunderstandings under the second list. Seeing it written down can help you shift your focus to what truly matters. 5. The Art of Strategic Indifference. It's impossible to win every battle in life. More importantly, not every battle is worth fighting. The Stoics practiced what they called strategic indifference, a calm and calculated wisdom when faced with misunderstandings. This doesn't mean you don't care. Rather, it means you choose to prioritize meaningful goals over trivial disputes. Imagine a master chess player who doesn't react to every move their opponent makes. Instead, they focus on their overarching strategy. Similarly, when you encounter misunderstandings, adopt a bigger picture mindset. Ask yourself, does resolving this misunderstanding truly matter in the grand scheme of my life? Most of the time, the answer will be no. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, is an excellent example of this principle. Instead of defending himself against his critics, he focused on developing his philosophy, which has endured for centuries. By practicing strategic indifference, you conserve time and energy, maintaining control over what truly matters to you. Interestingly, misunderstandings can sometimes work to your advantage. When others underestimate you or misinterpret your actions, it can serve as a protective shield. While they're preoccupied with their misconceptions, you can quietly focus on your goals. Let your results speak for themselves. Final thoughts. Being misunderstood is an inevitable part of life. However, it does not define your value. Instead of wasting your energy trying to explain yourself, stay grounded in your values and focus on what you can control. Life is far too short to spend on arguments and unnecessary explanations. True strength comes from being confident in who you are. Embrace the wisdom of the Stoics. Let others think what they will, while you continue walking your path. Remember, in the end, your truth and accomplishments will always speak louder than words. So the next time someone misunderstands you, pause, take a deep breath, and let it go. Break free from the chains of seeking approval, and you'll find a freedom that's truly unshakable.